I was asking about somebody who divorced his wife before a lawyer 1 year ago, and now he wants her back. He divorced her once. I believe I asked him how many times did he divorce her. He said once. The reason I asked, because there is a difference between the first, second divorce and the third divorce. The first and the second is known as raj'i, or revocable or reversible, where the husband would still maintain the right of revoking his divorce and maintaining the marriage relationship without his wife's or divorcee consent within the iddah period of time, which is ثلاثة قروء, whether it is 3 periods or 3 months, according to what we explained before in different circumstances. But after the third divorce, then even if they both want to resume their marriage life, it will be impermissible. It will not be permissible, because that's called irreversible divorce, or الطلاق البائن. فلا تحل له من بعد حتى تنكح زوجا غيره. After the third divorce, it will not be permissible for them to remarry, even with a new marriage contract. Not unless if she marries somebody else and they consummate their marriage, then, and all of that has to be not pre-planned. Regular marriage and consummation of the marriage, and then if she was divorced and after the iddah, the former husband, if he wanted to marry her and there is an agreement, they will initiate a new marriage contract and so on. So now, he divorced her once, and it's been already a year. It's not within the iddah period. Then if they both agree to the desire of remarrying, that will require to initiating a new marriage contract with the dowry, witnesses, and the agreement of the wali or the guardian. فَلَا تَعْضُلُوهُنَّ أَن يَنْكِحْنَ أَزْوَاجَهُنَّ. The guardian still have a say whether to agree or not to agree, and we remember that Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, لا نكاح إلا بولي وشاهدي عدل. There is no valid marriage without the consent of the wali for the girl or the bride and 2 just male Muslim witnesses. Here is a question: why did we require a new marriage contract in this entire story if the couple who were married a year ago, now they want to remarry again after divorce? Because that is known as ba'in, but baynunatun sura. The word ba'in means irreversible, which means final, whether after 3 divorces or after 1 or the second divorce, but the iddah is over. But in the case of the later one, that's called baynuna sura, a lesser baynuna, which will enable the couple, if they want to marry again, they can simply marry with a new marriage contract and the process as we said. But in the case of al-baynunatul kubra, the major baynuna, it will require that the wife has to marry somebody else in a complete marriage process, not pre-planned for this purpose, but with the intention of getting married, and not with the intention of divorcing her so that he will be permissible for somebody else, because the Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam cursed all the parties who will be involved in this plan. And he will be considered muhallil, just marrying a woman in order to make her lawful for her ex-husband. And that's not permissible, even if they do so. So the short answer to your question, you will be required to establish a new marriage contract with the agreement of the wali, with an agreed upon dowry, and with the proper shuhud. Wallahu ta'ala a'la wa a'lam. And in this case, you resume the right of 2 divorces from the scratch.